Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is LiveDate, and well guys, in this one I wanted to talk about the gear upgrade system in the next patch, the changes that happened to it, and the thought process you should have for the first 4 weeks of the patch to use your upgrade crest as efficiently as possible. With that being said, let's start with the video. Okay, so let's talk about the changes that happened to the upgrade system. For the most part, it's small quality of life stuff. For example, crests are no longer going to be in your bags, they are now a currency. This is really good because they used to fill up your bags really fast. It was very annoying. The other quality of life change here is that you can upgrade crests on a 6-to-1 exchange rate. So let's say you have 90 extra wealth crests, you can transform them into 15 Drake crests, and so on, you know, aspects, worms, and all those things. To be honest, this shouldn't have any impact on how you gear up. This is mostly because Blizzard confirmed that upgrading crests can't make you break the weekly cap on them, so there's no really a reason to do lower level content. It's just if you have a lot of excess lower crests, you can just like make a higher one, you know, just save yourself maybe a run, a Mythic Plus run or something like that. On the weekly cap, this has been nerfed. Last patch we could get up to 10 upgrades every week, while this patch we can only get 6. So this is why it's important to plan out upgrades at least the first weeks, you know. And well, now let's go into planning. Okay, so week one is really chill. There's not really much to do, you know. Blizz wants us to do the story campaign here. You can also focus on renown farming. There's some gear that you can get from the renown track. I think it's 7 and 14. If you get enough reputation, you can get some gear that's pretty decent. For the most part, you can only get whelps and drake crests this week, because that's what happened last season, you know, because the season really didn't start yet, so we can't get the worms or aspects. I suggest you upgrade the highest weapon you can get with your whelps and drakes. Just use up all your whelp crests. Those are really kind of meaningless. You're going to replace that gear really fast. You might want to save whatever drake crest you have left for next week, and you are going to also be getting your first half of the spark to craft gear. So that's the things that are going to happen first week. Now let's go to the second. Okay, so week 2 is where the fun begins. We can get more crests of each type, 6 of each wealth drake. Now we have also worm and aspect crests. So first of all, use up all your drake and wealth crests at the start of this week, so you can start the grind on Mythic Plus or raiding, you know, get as strong as possible at the start. After that, you're going to be progressing. You're going to be doing raiding. You're going to get some worm crest, and if you're doing keys between 11 and 15, you're also going to get these worm crest. These are really important because these upgrade stuff on the heroic track, which is I think the highest level of gear that you're going to be able to get this week. So I suggest using those worms on weapons or really good trinkets that you get from Mythic Plus or raids, stuff that you're going to get a lot of benefit from, you know. After that, you're going to be getting aspect crests eventually from doing Mythic Plus, and if you're doing Mythic raiding, those don't really serve a purpose unless you get a Mythic drop that's on a Mythic track, you know. But if you're not doing that content, you just save these for next week. After that, try to spam keys on 19s. This is because these give the highest possible gear drops. This is in order to save crest on further upgrades. Let's say you get a really crappy pair of pants that have very bad stats, and you just equip them, and then the next pants that drop, that let's say you got them on a lower key level, let's say on a 17, it's still on the heroic track, but now you can save your crest and just use flight stones to upgrade that. So try to spam 19s to get that high item level gear. After that, try to do at least 18s to 20 keys for the vault. I think it's pretty doable first week. Some of these keys that are going in this first season, I mean this season of Mythic Plus, are pretty chill, you know, especially Legion keys and BFA keys are not bad, you know. I think it's very possible to get Mythic track stuff the first week of the season. After that, you are going to also get your first catalyst charge. So this is to get your tier set, you know. I don't really recommend using this unless you really need your 2 set, you know. If it's a really huge upgrade, use it, but use it on something that's on the heroic track at least. Don't use it on something that's on the veteran or champion tracks. I don't think it's worth it. And if you can, save it for next week. Maybe you get a really good piece of loot from the mythic track on your first vault. And now let's go to week 3. Okay, week 3 of the patch. So stuff is now a bit more streamlined. We're getting more resources to upgrade our stuff. We also get our second half of the spark. That means that we can craft one piece of embellished gear. So this is going to be important because of the legendary weapon. But we're going to talk about that in a second. So first of all, use all your whelp drake crest, wearing every crest that you have to just make yourself as powerful as you can. Use your aspect crests on drops from the vault, because these things, if you did a high key last week, it's going to be on the mythic track. So it's better to use your aspects there. Just get that thing to the max item level possible. Now, you're kind of torn here if you're a two-hander class that's going to go for the axe, you know, the legendary axe. By this point, I'm hoping we have the information on how to get it. And you have important decisions to make. So first of all, you have your first spark. So you need 2 sparks to get a crafted weapon. But if you're going for the axe, that crafted weapon is going to go to waste. So if the acquisition of the legendary axe is pretty chill, I would just make an embellished piece this week, you know, and just use that embellished piece to just keep pushing content. If it's pretty hard to get the axe, I would actually save that spark to craft a weapon. And you have to remember that you have to use your aspect crest to craft this embellishment gear, you know. So there's a lot of things to think about there. So it's really going to depend on how hard or how easy it is to get that legendary axe. This is only for two-hander classes. If you are a class that doesn't care about the legendary axe, you can just craft something, you know, just get that extra power from embellished gear easy and like fast. Okay, so after that, we're going to still try to spam 19 keys for highest possible gear drops, and we're also going to just do 18s to 20s to get another reward from our vault next week. And now let's go to week 4. Okay, so week 4. By this point, the season is fully underway, and everyone has a bunch of resources to upgrade stuff, and everyone has a ton of gear as well. But one important thing is going to happen this week, and we're going to get our second charge of the catalyst. This means that this week is going to be when most of the people are going to complete their tier set, because if you have been doing heroic raiding, you probably already have AOTC, or if you've been pushing high keys, you probably already have Keystone Hero by this point. And that's going to give you 1 free tier piece that you can exchange. That plus the 2 catalyst charges means that you have 3 pieces, and you only have to get 1 thing from the raid, or maybe get lucky from your vaults to complete your tier set. So yeah, this is the one thing that's going to happen this week for most people. Other than that, keep doing your keys as normal, you know, 18s to 20s to get mythic vaults, and well, keep spamming your 19s to get max item level stuff from the end of keys chest, you know. After that, it's pretty self-explanatory. You don't really need a guide for the next weeks. And well guys, that's going to be all for today. Hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching everyone.